Leta Mach, and in this interview series for Co-op Month, which is October, we're exploring the world of cooperatives. Across the country, there are cooperatives meeting all kinds of needs: childcare, healthcare, financial services, and much, much more. A co-op is a business that is owned and controlled by the people who use and benefit from its services. In Greenbelt, you can find many cooperatives. We have a cooperative nursery school, we have a credit union, we have a co-op food store, we have a cafe, co-op housing, a co-op newspaper, and we even have a healthcare cooperative, and the city itself uses a cooperative to purchase some of its supplies. Today, we are thinking of meeting our financial services needs, and particularly we're thinking about meeting them through a cooperative credit union. With me today to talk more about that, so that we can learn about a credit union and how it can meet your financial services needs, is the General Manager of the Greenbelt Federal Credit Union, Cindy Comproni, and along with her, the teleclerk, Kitty Geiger. And so they are really very familiar with what happens at our own credit union, and I'll start by asking each of you to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to the Greenbelt Federal Credit Union and what's your work like there and so forth and so on. So, Cindy?
Well, I started at the credit union in 1981. I was hired to manage collections. From there, I learned all the different positions at the credit union. I also learned about co-ops, and I was educated on the Greenbelt Homes, which is the co-op housing in Greenbelt. I also learned about the co-op supermarket, and I joined the co-op supermarket after finding out the benefits of being a member. And shortly after that, I moved into a Greenbelt home.
Oh, okay. And then you've been working at the credit union, moving from collections on up until now you're the manager.
Right, general manager, treasurer.
And that's been a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say how many?
It's 33 years.
33 years, great. So
Yeah.
you really do know what's happening at our credit union.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kitty, what about you?
Okay, I started in 2011. I've worked in banking. I've worked in the financial institution. I've done things in credit as loan officer, underwriters, all the various things. And I was looking for a part-time job, and I saw an ad in the paper, in the news review, for a part-time teller clerk. So I applied for the job, and I was hired. And I've been there 3 years now, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. I also help out with the marketing, and it's been very rewarding. It's a very close-knit institution, as opposed to working with the big banks. And they're really
I wanted
huge.
to ask you about that, since you have experience working with the for-profit banking industry, and now you've come into the cooperative not-for-profit world. What kind of differences do you see there?
Well, as opposed to a for-profit company, they're more interested in their bottom line, making profits, how much they can, build their assets and so forth. But with a credit union, we're more concerned with our members, and our members, being members of the credit union, have a say, and they're more interested in, our services and benefits that we can offer them.
Right. So that's very interesting. So you have your part-time job now with the not-for-profit world. It's wonderful to have you working for us. Can you tell us a little bit about the Greenbelt Federal Credit Union itself? I believe that it's the oldest co-op in town.
That it is.
Yes, the co-op's been around since 1937, a few years before we were born. And
yeah.
and we started financing, like in our history, we started financing like the GHI homes in 1952, and we merged with the Consumer Co-op Federal Credit Union in 1975. We went through some struggles in the 80s during with the high interest rates and things like that.
Yeah.
But we ended up, we pulled through. Actually, we did really well. We ended up growing the credit union 2 times its size.
Well, I didn't realize, I guess I had not remembered that you
I
had
hear that a lot.
that you had merged with, I didn't realize that. Oh.
Yeah, I hear a lot from, business partners and residents of Greenbelt and people who are active in Greenbelt, not realizing, there was a consumer co-op federal credit union. Now, it was the old consumer co-op, that it was their credit union.
Ah.
And we did merge with them in 1975. And we're the other thing people don't. We still hear from the residents in Greenbelt. Yeah, you used to be Twin Pines Savings and Loan. I'm like, no, never. Always were in the shopping center with them, as a neighbor, but no, we were never Twin Pines Savings and Loan. We were always Greenbelt Federal Credit Union. Originated from the pioneers of Greenbelt who needed and wanted financial services in the community.
Right.
So they got together and they formed a credit union.
Right, yeah, that I can see that the Twin Pines Savings and Loan, because it did offer the loans on, particularly on the GHI homes.
Mm-hmm.
Credit union offers loans on GHI homes, I understand. So there could be some confusion there. But no, you're a different institution.
Yes.
And you've been around since 1937.
Yeah.
So I know that one of the services you talked about were loans for the housing cooperative. What other kinds of services do you offer?
Well, we provide share savings account, share draft checking account. We have retirement accounts such as Roth, educational, traditional IRAs. We have share certificates. Over the years, we have expanded our services. We now provide online banking with bill pay, e-statements. Looking for our members to go green, please sign up for e-statements. And we have actually introduced insurance products to our members for such as home and auto insurance. Loans, we do loans for any worthwhile purpose. Right now, I think the majority of our loans are in GHIs and cars.
I think that many credit unions find it difficult to provide loans for businesses, though. Do you have any loans for businesses, or is it?
We do with actually the Roosevelt Center Merchants, where there is a program, and it's sponsored by the city of Greenbelt, and the merchants can borrow against those funds and repay it. Outside of that, we don't offer business loans. We have to be careful about our lending services because we need to protect the credit union. We got to watch out for safety and soundness. And business loans are a risk. And if you have the funds and you have, I would imagine, the capital for business loans, you could provide it. We're a small credit union, so it's hard, especially with the regulations. Regulations have become such a burden for some credit unions, and they're hard to keep up with, and it's become a challenge.
But you do provide for loans, Christmas loans, or holiday loans, or school loans, or housing loans. All of those.
We will run specials actually for those purposes every year. When it's that time of the year, we will run specials on school loans, vacation, holidays.
And the rates are fantastic.
Yeah, very good.
And I think that getting back talking about the banking industry, I think that periodically the Banking Association runs surveys to see what people think about their financial institutions. And I believe I'm correct that every time they run that survey, they find out that people prefer their credit union They think they get better rates on their loans, and their savings are better too, and they don't have all these extra fees.
We don't have the fees at the banks. The bank
Yeah, that's true. And actually, they recently issued an article out where they said the credit unions have grown so much, they have finally reached the $100 million mark for members.
Wow.
And this being, this year, we actually celebrated our 80th anniversary when the Federal Credit Union Act was issued.
Oh, that's right. And that would have been then during the depths of the Depression.
And it was Roosevelt who
was
signed it.
Franklin
Yes.
Roosevelt, right.
Yes. Mhm.
So, you know, we see that oftentimes when people need something, they find a way to get it. And oftentimes there will be a cooperative. So here during the great depths of the Depression, when we certainly, our financial industry was not doing very well at all, we have the Credit Union Act.
It has, yeah, it has survived.
Mhm. And that provides for credit unions to have, oftentimes you'll have employee-based credit unions, or you'll have, I guess, geographic credit unions. What kind of credit union would you say you are?
We're a community-based credit union, so all our members need to have an affiliation with Greenbelt, either live in Greenbelt, work in Greenbelt, worship in Greenbelt, attend school in Greenbelt. And then also, if they belong to the co-op grocery store, if they're a member with their, at the grocery store, they can also become a member with us. And also family members, like if somebody's, mother or father, belongs to the credit union, they can sponsor their kids that may live in other towns, and they can join the credit union as well.
I know my two children, they had, their youth accounts at the credit union, and, then we belong to two credit unions. I keep the one in here in Greenbelt for my personal business, and then we have another one for their family account, but the children joined that one too, and we told them, don't ever drop your membership.
Yeah, once a member, always a member, once you have a membership.
So once a member.
Even if they move, somewhere else, if they're a member, they can stay a member, providing they're responsible members. Don't go negative on their accounts and not pay them. That will be a little bit different, but.
Yeah, well, that was my next question. What are the responsibilities of membership?
Maintaining the share savings account with a minimum balance of $25. Using the credit union for their financial needs, loans, volunteering. We're always looking for volunteers.
Okay. And I would think they also could, join the board of directors, right?
Yes.
And what is your board of directors? How many members do you have on that, and how do you get on that board?
We have 7 members. Like I said, it's been difficult finding volunteers, and we are always looking. Just have to be a member of the credit union. It's great if we had somebody who has some background in the financial industry. Yeah, we're looking for him. So if you know anyone, Leta, send him our way, or her.
Right. So we have the board of directors, 7 members, and since we're talking about cooperatives, they are democratically controlled, so they would be elected at your annual meeting, I guess. When's your annual meeting?
In April. It's usually in April of every year.
So they can start thinking right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And what is the responsibility of your board? What does the board really have to do?
Well, we have a monthly meeting, and they participate in making decisions about the operations of the credit union.
So they would be the ones who might say, oh, we need an ATM, or they might say we don't need to have loans on cars. They wouldn't say that, would they? But
I don't think they would. I hope they do.
But
They'll have to reconsider their position.
those are the kinds of things they would be deciding.
Yeah, usually, I'll keep them up to date on, what, and the staff or I hear from our members as far as what needs they have, and the staff will look into, well, can we do it? What's the possibility? What's the cost?
Mhm.
And we'll bring it to the board of directors, and there'll be a discussion.
Yeah,
And they'll make
so
decisions.
you could have this great idea that you should be providing this kind of service, but it could mean that, you couldn't afford to do it. And that would be your responsibility as the manager, wouldn't it, to alert the board to, what would be the ramifications of these.
Yeah, well, being treasurer, yes. And I'm treasurer as well, so I'm on the board, so yes, I do look at the financial side of what decisions they're making, and provide them the information they need.
Before they can make that decision.
Mhm.
Now, you have an annual meeting once a year, and we also talk about cooperatives being important, that they educate their members so that they understand that they belong to a cooperative. What kind of education do you like to have your members have?
Well, Kitty, she works with the members. She, as the rest of the staff, work with the members and educate them on the services we have. And Kitty has, we talk about your youth week. We offer the youth week every April.
We do Youth Week in April, and that's where we're trying to recruit the younger members, for the credit union.
Yeah,
to
we
promote them.
provide educational
We have
information.
youth accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The farmer's market and.
Oh yeah, and I will be there. I will be there actually
Yeah.
a week from Sunday
Mhm. Yeah.
with the kids.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do the balloons again, which we did very well.
Yeah. So you participate in co-op month.
And a lot of times when members come in and they have questions about some of our programs that we have, like if they want to open a CD and a retirement account and things like that, we'll try to educate them as best we can. And pretty much anything that they have, when the members come up.
Yeah, I think recently though that you and I myself have been working a lot with the members for protecting themselves from identity theft.
That's a very important thing.
Yeah, and she has normally brochures set out about that to educate our members on identity theft, and also what to do with their personal records.
What to keep and what to throw away. We have a brochure. It's one of the best ones that we have. I constantly am handing that out. It's so important, and it'll just take us into our next, one of our big events coming up next month is our Shred Day. We do it twice a month, every spring and every fall.
Twice a year.
Twice a year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think I have that many things to shred
Yeah.
every month. But
Yeah.
Well, I don't think spring and fall
You'd be
come
surprised.
twice a month either, so yeah.
This is true. But anyway, but people, you definitely need to discard your personal paperwork and everything.
I think there are some things you have to keep for your income tax records and what it
This
is.
form has, actually that little bit of paper has on there how long you should keep.
Oh,
the
that's good
different-
to know.
The tax records, how long you should keep, like wills.
Mhm.
Well, I guess you could keep both forever. Has that on there though, it does.
Yeah.
But it tells you what you should keep and what you should throw away. But also, one thing that I definitely always try to explain to the members, don't ever carry their social security number in their wallets. No matter what, because if their wallet is stolen, they can steal their identities. I mean, so it's bad enough if they steal their credit cards or anything like that, but you can get it blocked, get new ones in, things like that. But the Social Security, they have to be so protective of it. Don't give it out over the phone when someone calls and asks for it. We will never do that, things like that.
Mhm. I know you are very, very helpful with your members, and I know you would never call us up and ask for Social Security or things like that, but I know I have had experience with tellers at the credit union calling me up and saying, this last check, you are overdrawn. And I thought that was just so nice to inform me. I said, thank you, I'll take care of it. Yes, it's personal service.
Because, right, a lot of times, right, things happen that people just want, the timing didn't
Oh,
work
yeah,
out.
and
Check
I
the
don't
calendar
add
didn't know about it.
I don't add right, so that would, sometimes is a problem too. So what are the issues and the challenges, the opportunities that you see coming up for the credit union?
Well, the most challenge that we have right now is regulation. And most credit unions are, burdened by regulation rules. Regulation, I can't believe how much regulation we have now versus, in the earlier days of my, employment at the credit union. I thought, wow, if our past general manager was here now and he could see what we have to address and deal with, I don't know if he would have stayed. But anyway, and it is a challenge, and it does actually. I have seen and heard that managers from other credit unions have left because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress, and it's hard to keep up with. So regulation is the most challenging. Another challenge for us is marketing. Being a small credit union, we don't have a marketing department. So the staff shares on our marketing. And the other challenge we see is competition. We're in a very competitive world, not only with banks, but with other credit unions. So we try our best to compete, offering our members, the services they need and low rates. We expect we think and believe that one thing about Greenbelt Federal Credit Union is it's a close-knit community, and a lot of our members prefer that friendly environment and the personal service that we provide.
Mm-hmm. And as I was saying, you do really provide that personal service. But you do have challenges that you have to meet. On the other hand, though, the regulations come from the National Credit Union Administration, so people can be they can feel very confident that someone is watching out for the security of their money, and you are insured, right?
We are federally insured by National Credit Union Administration, and yes, they are the ones that examine and regulate credit unions.
What do you think has made the co-op a success? I mean, I guess we have to say that you are a success. Here you are, what is it, since 1937, if I could add, what is that?
77 years.
Thank you. See, I'm not in the financial business. So 77 years, and you're still here, and there has been competition, there's been change, there have been challenges.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think has been the key to that?
I think our commitment to the community. I think our members, they're like I said, they like the personal touch to a financial institution. The fact that we do provide low-rate loans, and we try not to service charge our members any more than what we have to. We are looking forward to, our vision is to continue meeting our members' needs and with, keeping the credit union safety and soundness in mind.
All right. So we've had, I think, a very interesting conversation. I've learned some things I didn't know. I'm sure people watching will learn some things they didn't know. But if they want to know more, about the Greenbelt Federal Credit Union, if they want to join, how do they do that?
Well, you can join the credit union by visiting us. We are at 112 Centerway Road, Greenbelt. You can check us out on our website, which is greenbeltfcu.com. You can apply for membership through our website. You can also apply for loans through our website. You can also give us a call. Our number is 301-474-5900.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Cindy and Kitty. That's just been wonderful chatting with you. And happy Co-op Month.
Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Same to
Leta.
Leta.
Thank you.